Also made false claims, at least 9 false or misleading statements on first count. I'll give you some of them. He said he's the only president in a while who didn't have any troops dying anywhere in the world. Troops have, of course, died on his watch. He said he's put in a $15 per shot cap on insulin and Medicare. It's a $35 a month cap. He said it's a $200 cap on overall drug spending in Medicare. It's $2,000 a year. He said the border now has fewer crossings than when Trump was in office. That's generally not true. He said, or at least strongly suggested, unemployment was at 15% when he took office. It was actually 6.4. He said Trump wants to get rid of Social Security. Trump doesn't. He said billionaires pay 8.2% in taxes. It's much higher. He said Trump told Americans to inject bleach amid COVID. We know Trump made foolish comments about scientists studying disinfectant injection, but didn't frame it as advice to people. And Biden said the Border Patrol endorsed him. No, its union supported the border bill he'd supported, never endorsed him himself. In fairness, the president did appear to clarify that one.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. TBW Clips. I am Tyson. Today, we're getting back into Joe Biden. Let's see how the DNC, the Democrats, have either embraced him or want to kick him off to the side after the debate.
Democratic National Committee Chairman Jamie Harrison. Mr. Chairman, let's get right into the debate. It was a rough night for President Biden, but a deeply dishonest one for Trump. The president spoke about his performance at a rally in North Carolina Friday. Take a listen.
Just real quick, so the spin is, yeah, Joe Biden wasn't too tough. He wasn't too forceful. He looked a little weak and frail. However, he didn't lie. Everything he said was the truth, and everything Trump said were all lies. That's how they're going with this. Trump's the liar. Biden was at least honest. And being honest is more respectable, right? Let's keep going.
As easy as I used to. I don't speak as smoothly as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to. But I know what I do know. I know how to tell the truth. Folks, I give you my words of Biden, I would not be running again if I didn't believe with all my heart and soul I can do this job. Because quite frankly, the stakes are too high. The stakes are too high.
It went from yes, we can to yes, you can. Well, hey, the people are standing with him, you know, that are at his rallies. They're with him. Hey, he's got rallies. People are there. He seemed a little bit more energetic there than he did, you know, during the debate. But let's keep going.
I've heard the chatter, Mr. Chairman. The New York Times editorial board has called for Biden to leave the race. As we mentioned, the campaign and the party held a call to check in just hours ago. What can you tell us about what was said?
Well, Rev, I think the media is making the call out to be a lot more than what it was. It's a regular scheduled call that we have with our party leaders to just update them on the state of the race, our path to victory. We talked about the convention that's coming up in Chicago and preparations for that. And I broke some news on the call, Rev. I told them that my kids made me promise to take them on a Disney cruise. So that's about all that came out of that call. But in all seriousness, going back to what the president said, he said he doesn't debate as well as he used to. But when he gets knocked down, he gets back up. And that's the real important part of understanding this. Rev, since that debate and Joe Biden calling out the lies from the 34-count convicted felon who's also liable of sexual assault in terms of Donald Trump, our grassroots supporters have helped us raise $27 million. And you and I both know, because we both run for office, that people don't give up. These are small dollar donors. Grandmas, grandpas, aunts, and uncles. They don't give up their hard-earned money if they don't believe that you have.
That's true. They're sticking with them. Right? They're saying he raised $27 million after his debate. I don't know how much Trump raised. I had to look into that, but that's not too bad. And according to the leader of the DNC, these are mom and pops. These are small donors. These aren't the big ones. So Democrats are standing behind their guy. So I don't know why the Democrats in the media are going crazy and saying he should drop out when the people obviously voted for him, and they keep saying that these are he's the lesser of two evils. No, he's not. They had a primary. The Democrats did have a primary. There were two other Democrats that ran. I forgot their names. One was a female, one was a male. And they lost. Biden defeated them in the primary. The people voted for Biden. They had other choices. They had younger people that they could have went with. The two people who went against him were both younger people. And they lost in the primary. Even though there was no debates, it didn't seem like the DNC backed any of those candidates, but they were still there. Of course, they didn't have the money or the backing of Joe Biden, but they were still there. So we have to stop with this notion that he was the only guy, and, because he wasn't. There was a primary, and people chose Joe Biden. And there was also a primary 4 years ago. A lot of more younger people, and they voted for Joe Biden. So stop saying he's too old. This is what the people wanted. This is what the Democrat voters wanted. Let's keep going.
A pathway to victory, and that they need you to be strong. And that's what we have seen post this debate. I've even seen some polls that show that Joe Biden got a little bounce coming off of the debate because they saw Donald Trump for who he is, a liar, someone who has lied about every single thing on that debate stage. He lied about the pandemic because he botched that. He lied about what the disaster. He lied about what he did for veterans because he was a disaster for our veterans.
There's no doubt he lied about many things, and I've been talking about that, and I'm going to talk about it tonight. But let me ask you frankly, from not only the call, but from you as chairman talking around.
Joe Biden had a lot of lies also. I think there's going to be some, there's some fact-checking things, right, that I think CNN even did. So, I don't know who lied more, but there were definitely lies on both sides, right? But who lied more? Let's keep going.
Has any of your field people and any of your people around the states told you that they feel or that they're hearing that people want President Biden to step aside? I referred to the New York Times editorial. Are you hearing anything from your people on the field, or are they hearing from constituents that Mr. Biden, the President of the United States, ought to consider stepping aside?
You hear the hand-wringing coming from pundits, Rev, and from op-eds like the New York Times, but you don't hear it from the people. What I've seen is a galvanization, particularly in the black community. I'm a black man. I've seen a galvanization of support for Joe Biden. Because Rev, in the black community, in your family, you can say all that you want to say about a member of your family, but don't let somebody else say it. Because that's when you unify people in support. And that's what I've seen in terms of support of Joe Biden. Because folks understand this, that Joe Biden has always had our back. And we're going to have his. So we're still riding with Biden. And folks, if you are, go to joebiden.com, make a contribution. Let's give them something really to talk about. Because right now, the people are galvanizing and they're supporting Biden because they understand that it's Joe Biden that is the brick wall that is standing up, securing our freedoms in this country from a wannabe dictator in terms of Donald Trump.
Now, speaking of black issues, former President Trump tried to claim immigrants take black jobs. I'm not sure what jobs are specifically black nor have I seen research showing immigrant.
Of course, he's talking about the jobs that are in black communities that blacks are not getting in their communities because they're moving migrants into those communities and taking the jobs of the black people who live in those communities. That's pretty much what he's saying by black jobs. Of course, he doesn't mean it literally. These are only jobs that black people get, or only jobs that black people can get, or it's a job that is a black job. That's not what he means, of course. He means the area that black people live in. Those jobs are being taken away from Hispanics who are being moved into there. Like Chicago, like New York. They're trying to get these people, the illegal immigrants, illegal migrants, undocumented migrants, however you want to say it, they're trying to get them work visas. You've heard this several times. Allow them to work. But they're being brought to the areas where blacks are. And so if they are able to work and get jobs in those areas, they're taking jobs away from black people. That's it. Let's keep going.
So taking large amounts of jobs that would go to American citizens of any race. What I do know is black unemployment fell to an all-time low under President Biden. What should black voters take away from the debate, especially being referred to as black jobs?
Yeah. Well, they see Donald Trump for who they are. And many of us went online to say, and right now I'm doing my black job, a black job I actually inherited from a Latino in terms of Tom Perez because he was a chair before me. It's just nonsense that Donald Trump puts black folks and Latinos and Asian Americans in these little boxes that we're only defined to do and be certain things in his world. But Joe Biden understands that we all...
He's playing the game. Identity politics are from Democrats. But to speak their language, that's what he did. To speak their language, putting them in boxes that Democrats have already put blacks, Latinos, etc. in boxes. They're saying everything that they do, right? Let's keep going.
Of us should be able to live the American dream. That's why I'm happy to serve under a president that has appointed more people of color to the judiciary than any president before him. 65% of the people that Joe Biden appointed as judges, lifetime appointments, have been people of color.
He just put them in boxes.
Folks that he's appointed have been black. He's appointed more black women to the appellate court than all presidents combined. He appointed the first black woman as vice president, the first black woman on the United States Supreme Court. He has overseen the lowest unemployment for black folks in the history of this nation. He cut our student loan debt and waived at $157 billion for almost 4 million people. So we have made a lot of progress under Joe Biden, and it's not just his words, it's his actions. Donald Trump can't say that.
So let me guys know what you guys thought about this. Apparently the Democrats, the DNC, they're sticking with Joe Biden. The pundits, these guys are only people who are worried because you have to get more than just your base. There are people who don't have a side, who are picking based off of what they see, right? So you let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this video. I appreciate you guys, and you guys have a great day. Bye.